Hello and welcome to Counter Narrative. Today we'll be looking at the comments made by Brittney Cooper, a tenured professor, author and activist slash influencer. Then we will finish with the Democrat Terry McAullife. Okay, so let's get on with it.
I think that white people are committed to being villains in the aggregate, right? The real sort of issue here, and I've heard people sort of say it, is one, I think that white people viscerally fear. It's not that white people don't know, right, what they have done. They know. They fear that there is no other way to be human but the way in which they are human, which is to, so, like you talk to white people and whenever you really want to have a reckoning about it, they say stuff like, it's just human nature. If y'all had all of this power, you would have done the same thing, right? And it's like, no, that's what white humans did. White human beings thought there's a world here and we own it. Prior to them, Black and brown people have been sailing across oceans, interacting with each other for centuries without total subjugation, domination, and colonialism. Right? That they can't they fear viscerally, existentially letting go of power because they cannot imagine that there's another way to be. It is either that you dominate or you are dominated. And isn't it sad that is spiritually who they are and that they can't imagine a sort of more expansive notion of the world? The thing I want to say to you is we got to take these motherfuckers out. But we can't say that, right? We can't say, I don't believe in a project of violence. I truly don't. Because I think in the end that our souls suffer from that. And
Okay, so first of all, the obvious has to be said. If the races were reversed, she'd be headline news around the world and she'd be fired immediately. So her ignorance is staggering. She's a professor talking about white people, and she states, prior to them, black and brown people have been sailing across oceans and interacting with each other without total subjugation, domination and colonialism. So I guess the Ottoman Empire, the Mongol Empire, the Egyptian Empire, etc, etc, etc never existed. The truth is that most of humanity has been under some kind of empire in their lifetime. It's not a trait created or maintained purely by white civilizations. It is, however, ubiquitous in humanity regardless of creed, politics or race. So she can't say that she wants to take white people out, however she just did. So how big of a not to believe in a project of violence, because our souls suffer from that. So it's not the fact that violence is disgusting, morally wrong, and ultimately hurts innocent people and solves nothing. It's just her soul would suffer. So there's several ways you could debunk this video it goes on for about 5 minutes. So for example, slavery within African empires, the current modern day slavery trade in Africa, which is the most prevalent in the world, the fact that the West abolished slavery in the early 19th century, that Western democracies were the first to actually ban modern slavery as we would know it. But I think the best way is to show another video that I found of the professor, so let's have a look at that.
People talk about black women being obese. I hate it because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create. We're moving, we're taking care of kids, but our food quality suffers. We are living in the Trump era. And look, those policies kill our people. You can't get access to good health care, good insurance. The research says that black women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower, even when we're following the diet, than our white women counterparts. And what public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Okay, so that is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. It actually hurt my brain. Well, Biden's been in power for about 10 months, so I'm guessing the weight has absolutely dropped off her. Anyhow, let's have a look at the next video.
And I promise you, we've got to diversify our teacher base here in Virginia. 50% of the students in Virginia schools, K-12, 50% are students of color, and yet 80% of the teachers are white. We all know what we have to do in a school to make everybody feel comfortable in school. So let's diversify. So here's what I'm going to do. We'll be the first state in America. If you'll teach for 5 years here in Virginia in a high-demand area, let it be geographic or coursework, we will pay room, board, and tuition at any college, any university, any HBCU here in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Okay, so this is stupid. What is wrong with having white teachers teach black kids? The only thing that is important is whether they're a good teacher. That should be the only criteria. So the people of Virginia may have not liked this divisive rhetoric as well, because today he lost a race for governor to a Republican. Okay, that's all. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe and share. I'll also leave a link to my first Dear White People video commentating on the Labour conference this year. Take a look at that and have a look at the other videos. That'll be a big help. Cheers, bye.